I had a particular experience this morning, and it prompted me to do this video. I was thinking about this for a while, but as you can see from the title, racism in America, and I can only tell you about my perspective, things that I have experienced or that I have observed. My story is my own and not anyone else's. So, everybody's story is different and everybody's experience is different. But this morning I went to a particular hardware store. I don't think I need to say which store it was, but I went to a store and I went to a hardware store and I went to buy a storage bin. One of them big bins. I think it's a 27-gallon bin and it has like a lid. So I went to get one of those storage bins. So I got the bin, went up to the self-checkout, and I was about to cash out, right? And so I put the bin on the ground, took out my card, about to pay for the thing and so on. And I noticed that there was a guy, because sometimes there's probably one person up at the self-checkout area that are there to, I guess, assist if there's any issues, if you want to like cancel something that you maybe had scanned before or whatever. But there was a guy there, older white man there, and I put the bin down, took out my wallet to take out my card to pay for the thing, and he walked up and he held the bin and he kind of shake it. He shake the bin, after I really processed it, he shake the bin to see if there was anything in the bin, anything else that I may have, may I choose now not to pay for. So he shake the bin, and I don't know, it just made me feel away. Tell me in the comment section if I'm overthinking it, but it made me feel away. It made me feel away because he never gave me the benefit of the doubt, or just to come and say, if you live in America or if you've been to America, say it's different. And unlike Jamaica, where people just in your space certain way and just dig up a business and so on, that's not what it is here. So I think that he could have come up to me and say, is there anything else in the bin? Or even if he wanted to look in the bin, he could have said, can I take a look in the bin, or something like that. But to just kind of walk up to me and just say, how you doing? And he just hold the bin, shake the bin. I don't know. Again, you're free to put in the comment section if I am overthinking it. But me feel a kind of way. Like him. I feel a little bit violated. And just that, knowing how a lot of these people stereotype us, black men and so on. And it brought me back to the first time when I realized that I was black in America. I just came here, I believe, and I was going into one of those department stores, and it was cold, and I had on my hoodie and the hood over my head. And I went into the store, and my wife said, I need to take down the hood off of my head. And in my mind, I can't understand why I need to take it down. Because I'm cold, and I spend my money on my hoodie, and it keep me warm. Why do I need to take it down? And then, after I kind of understand and realize that you don't want to put yourself, even though you're not trying to, make other people feel comfortable necessarily, you still don't want to put yourself in certain situations. You still don't want to bring certain attention to yourself or whatever it is. But right then and there, I say, I really in America for true as a black man. And it's just not the same rules for everybody, because some people, if it was another race, it wouldn't be nothing. Like if it was a white guy with him hoodie on or whatever, they're not paying no mind really. Because I've been in many stores and you can feel the eyes on you. You can feel like that them are watch you. Like out of everybody else, they're watching you because you are especially a big, tall black man. So I stand out certain way, So I have noticed that, and even on my job, I remember one particular time I had this guy, and just by certain little things that I saw in the room, certain like his personal stuff, and certain like flags and so that he had on a backpack and so on. I knew, you know, theme type. And, you know, just when I went in the room, he was a bit, what I say, kind of withdrawn, kind of just answering questions just because he had to answer certain questions. He wasn't very talkative. He kind of look at me like, I don't know, I can't put it in words, but I could have feel like he never wanted me there as him nurse or whatever. And I remember there was another person, another nurse came in the room for something. I don't remember what it was, or one of the texts or whatever. Another minority. And he said to his wife, the guy said to his wife, oh, look, another one. Literally, oh, look, another one. You know? And me just shake my head, And if you live in America, you know exactly what I mean. Like sometimes I can't put it into words why I feel, or the way how I feel when I go around some of these people, you know, especially some of these white people, but it's a real thing. And let me just say this. I am not saying that all white people are racist. You understand? I'm not saying that all Latinas are racist, or all black people are racist, or all anybody is racist. You have people who are racist from all different races. You understand? For whatever reason them choose to be racist. I'm not saying all white people are racist. Yeah? Because on the flip side, some of the nicest people I've met, some of the kindest people I've met, especially on my job, were or have been white people. And some of the nastiest people I've met, for lack of a better word, but you know, personality wise, when I say nasty or mean and crude and rude, and you know, some of the worst patients I've had were actually black Americans. You understand? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not saying, and again, I'm not saying all black Americans are this way. I am saying from my experience, some of the worst patients I've had have been black Americans, and some of the nicest have been white people. You understand? So I'm not in any way generalizing and say all white people are racist. You get me? But then there are those that are. There are those that really and truly, they treat you, them, you know, like you're a second-class citizen, or like, you know, you're less than human then. Or them treat you like, especially if you're an immigrant and they hear your accent, them treat you like you just come off from a banana boat and you need to go back to your yard. That is the feeling that I get sometimes. You know? But, you know, you can leave in the comment section if you have ever had any of these experiences, or if you think I'm overthinking certain things, or if, you know, I am wrong in my assessment. But may I tell you, sometimes I feel alright, and I just go on and I live my life and I do what I have to do, you know. But then there's some certain experiences or certain things that happen that remind me that, hey, you are black in America. Period. Don't make America fool you in the sense that, you know, just because they had a black president at one point and you have black people who are successful here and whatever. That is true. And at the end of the day, every man have to make their own choices, and you can't sit around and blame racism for, you know, your problems or whatever. You have to just go out there and try to fight it for yourself. It is what it is. But at the same time, you still have to remember that you're black in America, and they will remind you that you're black in America, you know? So yeah, man, just leave a comment if you've ever had an experience like this, or if you think I'm overthinking it or whatever. Just leave a comment, yeah?
Welcome back. So in this video, this Jamaican man who lives in the United States of America shares his experiences on racism. Now, when you hear about the topic of racism in the United States of America, you may think it is just some nightmare until one day you experience it yourself. That is, if you live in the United States of America. If you live in a place which is not predominantly of white descent, you may not know about racism. For instance, someone who lives in Africa, majority of the people in Africa are black people, so you do not see racism playing itself out in that instance. So in the example of this young man, he is from Jamaica, and majority of the people who live in Jamaica are black people, even though there is some number of white people in Jamaica as well, but predominantly black people are there in their numbers. So he moving from Jamaica to the United States of America, which is predominantly white populated, you expect that he will meet some form of racism. So he shares his experience in this video in very specific instances that he encountered racism, some at the shop, some at the workplace, and other places as well. So his encounter at the shop, where he had purchased a storage bin and he was about to bring out his credit card or his wallet in order to make payment. Now he had someone come around to shake the storage bin in order to see whether there isn't any other item in the storage bin that he had taken with the intention of not paying. In other words, he stealing. These are some of the experiences that some people who are black face in the United States of America. He also stated an incident that happened at the hospital where he works, and he also stated that one of the most important things that he stated is that he says not all white people are racist. He wants to debunk that notion that white people are racist. He's not putting this across for people to think that all white people are racist. He says it is not so. He even added that some of the nicest patients that he has met were actually white people. So white people, not all white people are racist. That is what he stated. If you live in the United States, that is where you will be reminded that you are black. Now, in your native country, you probably may not mind the color of your skin, but in the United States, during some instances, you will certainly be reminded that you are black. Based on how you are treated, you will now get to know or feel that indeed you are black in that nation. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends and your family on other social media platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and other social media platforms as well. Also subscribe to the channel. Just click the subscribe button down here. Click on the subscribe button. Click as well on the notification bell. And I'd like to see you again in my next video.